good to go.
In this tutorial session, I'm going to give you the basics of creating a jingle or an on-air advert. Obviously, there are lots of issues and things to do with this, so if you would like to explore this further, please speak to one of the exec, in particular the head of production. When you're creating a jingle, the first thing you want to do is record the audio for it. You can do this via the edit menu by going to File, New, picking the settings you'll see here, 44-100, stereo and 16-bit, and pressing OK. You can then start recording the audio of somebody on the microphones. Make sure that when you are speaking that nothing ever goes into the red here, which says that a sound is clipped and will therefore sound bad. Make sure that you adjust the volume of the slider or the gain on that particular channel to ensure that the volume gets as near to that 0 line as possible without going over. Once you've recorded your audio, press stop, and you can then go to the multi-track menu and drag the speech into track 1 as I have here. Into track 2 you can then drop instrumental. Now you can take that from Myriad by right clicking a cart and choosing the export audio option that we mentioned in a previous tutorial about adding music to the system. You can also record off CD by going on the edit menu and recording from the CD as you would from a microphone, just using the different channel. You can then adjust the volume of the second channel with the music by using the volume handles that you will see and hover over, which is a green line. You can then click to make boxes on it, which can be then moved around. The higher it is, the louder the volume actually can be. You can also adjust the overall volume of the track using the dial here, which does the master volume. The aim is for the music to be loud enough to be heard, but quiet enough under the vocals with neither of the channel clipping, as I mentioned earlier. You can also use various tools in here to help. You can right click and drag the bars using that. There are various tools that allow you to move files in different ways. Experimentation is always great in Audition to ensure you get the best results. You can also click in certain parts of the audio and right click and select split, which allows you to move individual elements of the audio. You'll notice here that I've adjusted the volume so it drops when the vocals start, and at the other end you'll see it fades away. So when I play the jingle,
Bradford University Netball Club is the perfect opportunity to play an exciting sport and make them.
You'll see in that example that the music is moving enough to near 0 to sound good, but not going to clipping.
We welcome players of all experiences,
and the vocals can be heard clearly over the music. When you are happy with your jingle, go to File, Export, and Audio Mixdown, and name your particular file. Audition will now save it and bring it open in this sort of file. You can now optimize audio in one quick way using 3 steps. Click on the file and select all by pressing Ctrl-A. Go to Effects, Amplitude and Compression, and Amplify and Fade Process. Press Calculate now and then OK. Go to Effects, Amplitude and Compression, Dynamic Processing. Select Fast Drums from the Effect preset and then OK. Repeat the first step, Amplitude and Compression, Amplify and Fade Process, Calculate now and OK. And finally Effects, Amplitude and Compression, Hard Limiting Process, making sure the limit max amplitude is to 0 and press OK. You can then resave that file, and that has created a file that is the best volume for playback on the system. Audition is a great tool, very powerful with a lot of your things on the effects menu and lots of different ways of making great quality audio. Best thing we'd suggest is book some time in the studio, have an experiment with the system, and then ask a member of exec if you've got any queries. And that is the basics of creating a jingle in Audition.